Lance Corporal Manny is a 2-year-old full-blooded English Bulldog, born in Fallbrook, California, on July 9, 2018. He is named in honor of Sergeant Johnny R. Manolito Sr., one of the original 29 Navajo Code Talkers who trained in the 1st All-Navajo Platoon here aboard the depot in 1942. Sergeant Manolito helped create the code that the Navajos developed at Camp L, now Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. He became an instructor, teaching other Navajo Marines the Navajo Code. Later, Sergeant Manolito participated in the Battle of Iwo Jima, where a Marine signals officer stated, "Had it not been for the Code Talkers, we would have never taken Iwo Jima." Lance Corporal Manny continues a tradition of a long line of mascots at MCRD San Diego, dating back to 1939, when Major General Smedley Butler introduced James Jolly Plum Duff as the first mascot here at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot. He is being escorted by the Office of Communication, Lance Corporal Grace J. Kendrick. Spiritual development plays an important part in the making of a United States Marine. Lieutenant Junior Grade Amy Ruth Bryan, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy, will deliver the graduation prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Let us pray. Holy One, on this day of great celebration, we give you thanks for these young men of Echo Company who have earned the title Marine. We give you thanks for the gifts and abilities you have given to each one of them, which they now bring to strengthen our Corps. We give you thanks for the drill instructors, company commanders, and battalion leadership who have shaped and molded these young men into Marines. We are grateful this day for the families who have supported them every step of their journey, for their mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and friends. We give you thanks. We ask, O Holy One, that you be with these new Marines as they continue on in their training. Keep them safe and bless them. Remind them to be always faithful to their country, to their Corps, to each other, and to themselves, just as you, O Holy One, are always faithful. Bless our nation, bless these new Marines, and God bless the United States Marine Corps. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. The Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, welcomes you to what is an historic event in the life of a Marine, their graduation from boot camp. Approximately 40 weeks each year for the past 100 years, new Marines have departed San Diego for service with units of the Marine Corps around the globe. The primary mission of the Recruit Depot is to provide basic training to recruits enlisted west of the Mississippi, which represents approximately 51% of all applicants in the Marine Corps each year. The depot is also home to recruiter school and drill instructor school. All our efforts here are geared toward one end, producing America's finest fighting force, the United States Marines. This morning, Company E, 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment will form and march in the parade. Following the pass and review, the graduating Marines will return front and center of the reviewing stand for final dismissal. The staff for today's parade is comprised of Marines from the Recruit Training Regiment. The commander of troops is Captain Joel S. Adrian, Company Commander, Company E, 2nd Recruit Training Battalion. The parade adjutant is Captain Charlie W. Sprout, Series Commander, Company E, 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment. The marching units are now being called to attention, and the adjutant's command, sound adjutant's call, will begin today's parade. Marching in today's parade are 417 of the graduating Marines from Company E. Amongst the 417 Marines are 2 Marines who displayed outstanding performances in 2 individually graded events. Private First Class Ashton A. Lewis from Platoon 2111 is the company high shooter, scoring a 343 out of 350. Private Lucas Ingledow from Platoon 2113 is the most physically fit Marine. Will be receiving an award from the Marine Corps Association and Foundation. Also present today is the company honor graduates recruiter, Staff Sergeant Bradley Wangard. Also present today is the primary marksmanship instructor with the platoon high average, Sergeant Brian Wright. Recruit training is comprised of subjects required to produce basic Marines who function effectively in garrison, are trained in rudimentary individual field and combat skills, and practice the personal and professional traits which distinguish them as Marines. Examples of these traits are discipline, the achievement of a state of discipline which assures respect for authority, instant and willing obedience to orders, and the self-reliance to maintain or improve those traits which exemplify a Marine. Military bearing, consistently demonstrating military presence and personal awareness, as well as the proper wearing and maintenance of uniforms. Esprit de corps, acquiring the common spirit of the Marine Corps that inspires enthusiasm, devotion, pride, initiative, teamwork, aggressiveness, determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others toward excellence in common goals. For 244 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls. In the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies, Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Though battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with steeled resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis, to corps, country, and each other that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat, forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They are resolved to be most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company E, today marks the end of the 14-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton and on this parade day, and have been trained, as are all Marines, as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intense physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the ceremony will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hand over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear, to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Following the command, parade rest, the parade adjutant will give the command sound off, which signals the band to parade forward of the assembled Marines, while playing military marching music. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops. March, all unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face a battle, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, those in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for their designated service to war and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel R. Myers.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all for being here. I hope you have enjoyed your time here in sunny San Diego this week. On behalf of Brigadier General Jason L. Morris, the Commanding General of the Western Recruiting Region, and the Marine Corps Recruit Depot here at San Diego, as well as on behalf of Colonel Joseph W. Jones, the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, it is my distinct privilege to welcome you to Company E's graduation. I'd like to begin my remarks today by recognizing a few groups of individuals. First, to all you family and friends out there of these new Marines standing behind me, I want to personally thank you for all your love and support of them during recruit training, for it has been vital to their success. You gave them the preparation and the foundation to overcome the many mental and physical challenges that they endured here. And you also instilled in them the courage and commitment to take those initial steps towards becoming a United States Marine. And for that, we are forever grateful. To the families of the drill instructors and officers of Company E who are sitting right here to the right of the viewing stand, no one knows more than you the time and dedication that it takes to transform civilians into Marines. And so I want to personally thank you for your many, many sacrifices that allows these drill instructors and officers to perform a mission that is absolutely critical to our national security and our Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these family members a round of applause. I'd also like to recognize today's parade reviewing official, Brigadier Jason G. Woodworth, whose impressive bio you will hear shortly. Brigadier General Woodworth is currently serving as the Commanding General of the Marine Corps Installations West. General, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. You know, making Marines is truly a team effort. And at the very forefront of that effort are our recruiters sprinkled across this great country of ours. We could not do our job here on the depot if it wasn't for our recruiters finding and sending us qualified applicants who possess that strong desire to become a United States Marine. Today, they are represented here by Staff Sergeant Wangard, who from Queens Creek, Arizona. He was responsible for finding and sending us the company honor man, Lance Corporal Nieder. I'd also like to recognize the combat instructors and marksmanship instructors from Weapon Steel Training Battalion, who train many of our recruits in the combat skills and marksmanship skills necessary to become a United States Marine. Today they are represented here by Sergeant Wright, who was the primary marksmanship instructor for the company's high shooter, Private First Class Lewis. Let's give these two gentlemen a round of applause. Now I have one more group that I'd like to recognize. And I'm going to tell you that this group really doesn't need much of an introduction. They're the individuals standing behind me wearing those distinctive green campaign covers. They're the legendary Marine Corps drill instructors. And from the moment a recruit steps foot here on the depot, there's a drill instructor with them 24 hours a day. They are the very heart of what it takes to transform a civilian into a Marine. And I will tell you, you can ask any Marine, especially your new Marines, they will tell you they will never, ever forget the name, the face, or that gentle, loving voice that's woken them up every day for the last 13 weeks of their drill instructor. And so I encourage you after today's ceremony, come down, if you haven't already, to thank some of these Marines for their service. Let's give them a round of applause. And now I'd like to tell you a little bit about these new Marines and a little bit about the training that they just went through. You see, when they first came to us, they were fit, young, already in better shape than most people their age. On average, they were 19 years old. And 98% of them were high school graduates, and 8 of them even had college degrees. Furthermore, they displayed the courage and commitment that few of their peers could muster when they raised their right hand, swore a solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution, and then traveled here from across every state and territory in the Western recruiting region and 12 other countries across this globe. Some coming as far as Kenya and Egypt and the Philippines, and others from right here within the city of San Diego. And when they arrived here, well, that's when steel began to sharpen steel, as these drill instructors forged them through the fires of the crucible into a tightly cohesive group of physically fit, disciplined Marines, honing their minds and their bodies until they proved themselves capable of walking long distances across mountainous terrain with minimal food and sleep, and while carrying heavy packs to be where they're needed, when they're needed to accomplish the mission. And it's because of this, because the journey that they have made, the physical, mental, and moral development they have displayed, that I am now proud to introduce to you 417 members of Company E as our nation's newest Marines. Now excuse me while I turn and address these Marines just one last time before we conclude today's ceremony. Good morning, Marines. Good morning, like I've told you before, Sergeant Major and I are extremely proud of you. Every obstacle, every challenge that we put in your way, you crushed it, and you truly earned the title of United States Marine. When you stepped off that bus and onto the legendary yellow footprints for the very first time, these drill instructors focused on instilling discipline, resiliency, and our core values in you until you demonstrated our Marine attributes of exemplary character and mental and physical toughness. And as you progress in your training, you entered our martial arts program where you earned your tan belts. Some of you learned how to swim for the very first time in our aquatics program. And many of you overcame your fear of heights as you negotiated those high obstacles on our confidence course and obstacle course, demonstrating our warfighting ethos, skills, and culture. And as a final test, you participated in that grueling 3-day exercise where you were given billets that required you to demonstrate leadership, initiative, and a bias for intelligent action until you fully demonstrated at a level that we expect of every single Marine all of our attributes. Now, as you travel away from here, I implore you to be safe, be smart, make good decisions like we've taught you. Never forget that Eagle Globe and Anchor that was pressed into the palm of your hand up on top of that reaper. For it represents over 245 years of Marine Corps traditions. You must always be worthy of that legacy and protect what you have earned. And so on behalf of the officers, the drill instructors, and the support personnel here at Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, it is my privilege to give you a traditional Marine Corps party of fair winds and following seas. Congratulations, Marines, Semper Fidelis, and welcome to our Corps.
Now taking their position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing official, Brigadier General Jason G. Woodworth. He is accompanied by Brigadier General Jason L. Morris, Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, and the Western Recruiting Region. Brigadier General Jason G. Woodworth, Commanding General, Marine Corps Installation West, Marine Corps Base, Camp Pendleton, California. Brigadier General Woodworth is a native of Suffield, Connecticut, and was commissioned in 1993. After graduating the basic school, Brigadier General Woodworth attended Naval Aviation Flight Training and obtained the military occupational specialty of 70 feet 75 23. Marine Corps pilot, Marine Fighter Attack Squadron, VMFA, FA-18. Brigadier General Woodworth has served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands to include serving as pilot, operations officer, and maintenance officer at Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 323. Arms Control Inspection Team Chief at the Defense Threat Reduction Agency in Germany. Marine Aviation Weapons and Tactics Squadron Instructor at Marine Corps Air Station, Yuma, Arizona. Pilot and Commanding Officer at Headquarters and Headquarters Squadron, Marine Corps Air Station, Miramar, California. And the Director of Manpower Plans and Policy at Manpower and Reserve Affairs. Brigadier General Woodworth currently serves as the Commanding General for Marine Corps Installations West, Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, California. His awards include the Legion of Merit with 1 Gold Star in lieu of 2nd award, Meritorious Service Medal, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal with 1 Gold Star in lieu of 2nd award, and the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brigadier General Woodworth. More than 1 million Marines have been trained here in the past 100 years and have departed San Diego for combat in conflicts around the world, including places whose names are immediately associated with Marine courage and dedication. Names such as Guadalcanal, Taro, Iwo Jima, Pusan, Incheon, Chosin Reservoir, Quezon, Ware City, Lebanon, Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, Somalia, Fallujah, Marshall, most current operations worldwide. This parade day is rich in history and tradition, and no Marine trained here ever forgets its sights and sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, as the national flag passes directly in front of you, please rise. Once it passes, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, Captain Joel Adrian, Company Commander in the Regimental Staff. Third Marine Aircraft Wing Command, Marine Corps Air Station, Miramar, California. Platoon 2110, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant, Calvino Mutual. Instructor, Staff Sergeant, Joseph Silva. The Regimental Color Guard is led by Regimental Color Sergeant, Drill Instructor, Sergeant Nigel T. Tillman. Series 2113, Series Commander, Captain Zachary A. Tevis. Platoon 2113, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Maroon Rodriguez. Platoon 2114, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Alden M. Ball. Platoon 2115, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Juan Ramirez. The Marines hymn has a history dating back to 1859. It is a long-standing tradition for Marines to face the direction of the music and stand at attention when it is heard. It is now directed that all Marines present and who have served honorably sing the words to the first verse as Marine Band Marine Aircraft Wing Miramar performs the Marines hymn. Will the guests please rise? Please be seated. For the Marines graduating today, the long, arduous journey of the last 14 weeks is but a small step into the future of the Marine Corps. As they prepare to fill the ranks of our Corps, they do so with unquestionable support for the high ideals and standards of the United States of America and the United States Marine Corps. Although Company E prepares for their final dismissal from boot camp today, their initial training is not over. Soon after graduation, they will report to the School of Infantry, Camp Benton, California, where they will continue to be trained to serve as an effective member of a Marine Rifle Squad. The intense initial training that every Marine undergoes is designed to instill the fundamental premise that every Marine is a rifle. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to introduce to you the Marines responsible for ensuring the success of the difficult transition required to become a Marine. The company commander is Captain Joel S. Adrian. The company first sergeant is First Sergeant Miguel Cortez. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the company staff of Company E. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the guidons. The guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until all honor graduates have been recognized. The honor graduates will be presented a plaque donated by the Marine Corps Association and Foundation. The honor graduate for platoon 2109 and the company honor graduate is Lance Corporal Ian Nieder from Queen Creek, Arizona. Lance Corporal Ian Nieder is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for his outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. The honor graduate for platoon 2110 is Private First Class Romeo A. Sanchez from Las Vegas, Nevada. The honor graduate for platoon 2111 is Private First Class Guillermo Avila from Riverside, California. The honor graduate for platoon 2113 and also the series honor graduate is Private First Class Diego S. Carmona from El Paso, Texas. The honor graduate for platoon 2114 is Private First Class Edwin Valdez from Plainfield City, Illinois. And the honor graduate for platoon 2115 is Private First Class Adrian C. Ibarra from Lufkin, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor graduates of Company E. The company first sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.